Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Polite Podcast. My name is Mondagus and I will be main host for today. Gladly, this time I am not speaking to myself again, thus let me introduce you to the guest for today. Today we have Wadism and Parasail. Welcome, people.
Ahoy! I don't usually introduce myself with ahoy.
Yeah. Also, a good start for something new. I want to thank you for joining me, and before everything starts, how about we each take exactly a minute and tell a bit about ourselves, our channels, and etc. Perhaps. Then
you can call me Wad. I mean, well, both of us actually, we basically are part of the same group at the minute, sort of just making pretty much just gaming videos really. But yeah, I'm Nick, and it's good fun. It's good fun. I'll let Jake introduce himself. Well, I've sort of just done it for him, but you know, I'll let him take over.
Hello everyone, I'm Jake. I'm a recovering alcoholic.
I was going to do that as well. But
no, basically, I just do sort of little gaming live streams on my channel. I'm fixing to get a PC soon, so I'll be able to make edited videos like I always wanted to. So, now might be a good time to jump on board the channel.
Interesting.
That's a good plug, man. You've done that before.
Never.
No, fair enough.
Yeah, and as for me, my name is Tom. I do just interviews, podcasts, well, basically anything. I'm a student, so when I have free time, other than gaming, I just do this stuff. So basically it. Since it's fairly a new year, do you have any New Year's resolutions for your channel? Both of you.
You can go first on this one, Jake. It's your turn.
Alright, well, obviously I want to improve the content that I'm making, rather than just shitty little PS4 live streams. I actually want to go back to making edited videos and stuff.
What kind of videos are you planning to make?
Still gaming videos, maybe some vlogs and IRL stuff too.
What kind of games?
Yeah,
What kind of games?
Oh, sorry. Pretty much just anything, you know what I mean? Like, I've especially been streaming horror games when I do stream, but pretty much, yeah, I'll play anything.
So I'd say that could be a niche of yours. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think you're quite good at that sort of game. Do you know what I mean? Something's got a bit of story, but it's also got a bit of a horror element to it as well. But yeah, as for mine, I think, to be honest, mine's just more sort of just to have fun, I think, with it. Like, channel-wise, I've already achieved the goal I'd set for the year, so I've sort of overachieved on that one. But
I could brag.
No, I'm saying it's just like, I can relax a bit now and sort of enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to just make content I'm happy with and sort of something that I'm proud of. Like, because it could be so easy to just sign up to Twitch and just ram out a load of streams, get a bit of a following going, and just do that literally as content. But I like the sort of nitty-gritty side of editing, and I do like getting involved with all of that, and I like sort of organising the sessions and stuff like that, and you know, spending time with my mates, basically. That's essentially what it is, and I'm just getting a highlight reel from it. So yeah, pretty much to have fun. Like, I've already got so much on this year as well, which is good. So
oh yeah,
we have big plans, but we'll go over them later in the year, I'm sure. But it's having fun, I think, is pretty much the direction.
So hype for 1K subs, eh?
Well, that's the plan, yeah. Yeah.
Planning on releasing a new kind of content?
Yeah. In the summer, probably, we'll be seeing some new sort of stuff. No, not yet.
Shame.
Nah, we'll,
Shame.
I'll wait for another time to go over what that's going to be. But I want to do more real life stuff. I think I sort of started doing that towards the end of last year anyway, and I sort of, I guess, set the concept for that, I guess, in that sense, like with a couple of the videos I did. But yeah, just more sort of creative, real life stuff, I guess. Well, I'm not saying I'm going to go and make a Spielberg sort of esque picture. Do you know what I mean? But you know, something that's got a bit more personality to it, I guess, than just watching someone play a video game.
Another sex toy review?
Well, it's on the cards. Yeah, except this time I'm going to be reviewing them like after buying them.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be an actual review, not just a comment reading.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that kind of content I'm really looking forward to it. Please upload it, do
Okay.
it.
Yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan.
Okay, as for me, well, new year, new me. Not really.
Yeah,
I
I say that in the middle of June, to be honest. So
yeah, well, as for me, I planned to do perhaps at least one video a week. Either it's gonna be chess gameplay, as I started playing chess more, or just simply try to get people on interviews or podcasts, at least one podcast a month. So just to revive my channel.
I think it's good to set yourself them sort of targets, because at least that way you're striving towards something. Like if you just sort of go, like, fair enough, I'm sort of, my main aim is just to have fun.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, obviously I've got my own sort of targets that in my head I'm going to achieve. Like, not even in a like a business model sort of side of it, you know what I mean? But like more of just a personal sort of, to see if I can push myself to do it. Like, if that makes sense?
Yeah,
I guess. But like the one upload a week thing, yeah, like that's obviously you want to be doing stuff regular and you want to keep people coming back, you know. So I think that's consistency is sort of part of that. But YouTube's a funny one, because you get people that upload like once every month and they'll still get the same following, but you tend to find their video quality is much better. Like the effort they put into their videos is a bit higher. Whereas obviously with my experience, I'm making a video like sort of getting 3-4 sessions a week and then churning out 2 edits in 2 days a bit quicker. Whereas someone that's I've made a right mess of this explaining, but like you'll get people that will write a skit, they'll film it, they'll get they'll shoot scenes twice if they have to, if it's a skit. And it's getting a big group of people together for essentially a day of filming, Whereas with us, it's sort of just like on the spot, sort of, shall we play this? Let's do it. And then obviously next thing you know, you've got an edit done.
We don't even need like a large group. Like we've done plenty of skits with just us two.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, my most popular video is just literally the 2 of us. So I think that says like how easy it can be. So I feel like we got it pretty easy compared to some other people on the platform.
Well, the main reason perhaps why I want to do regular videos is just because, as for my interviews, even though I really enjoy doing them with you, Newf, and the Griffin, it really was not that fun for me to see that there was no feedback or what just said, hey, good thing, not like you could improve somewhere there or there.
Yeah.
All I got was 1 dislike, and I didn't know even why I got it.
See, I still think personally, I think YouTube should implement a system where if you are disliking it, you should at least provide a reason or some feedback.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's a bit long, but I feel like that's the only way to sort of remove the toxic nature of it, I guess, in a sense.
I think they should include that the content creator can choose if they want to not remove dislike, but lock dislike behind the comment. Like when you're disliking, you have to, because for example, let's say someone does like as you sex toy review and someone dislikes it, marks it sexist, and just dislikes it, just reasons, and without any feedback. But when you want feedback, then of course the dislike button also
of course, like that. It's when you get people that comment just bad stuff without obviously explaining what could have been done better or what could have be done to improve it, and that's the sort of the bit that annoys a lot of people, I think. I think I'd like to
certain elements of a video go right over their head, and it's like they didn't even watch the bloody thing. Like,
precisely.
Or they could implement that on the video. It shows exactly when someone disliked it. If someone disliked it after some part, so you could know better.
Yeah, precisely. I just feel like there can be a lot of just toxic behaviour, I guess. Like, not intentionally, because obviously some people just have opinions. And how dare they have their own opinions? But
What is this, Europe?
yeah, well, that will bring us on to the next point nicely, I'm sure. But it does feel like a lot of people are just there to say bad stuff. And this is like, obviously we're relatively small, but well, we are small. Do you know what I mean in terms of channel size? But if you're going to push it further, you need to accept the fact that there's going to be some negativity on some videos, you know. So like, I think I'd take a lot of comments with a pinch of salt, regardless of good or bad. Like the good ones, obviously, they're nice. Well, yeah, exactly, yeah. But obviously, it's nice to have the good ones, but at the same time as that.
Hey Nick, I think just because of one of our members here, I think you need to say not a pinch of salt, but pinch of pepper. You know?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, true. Pepper's pretty bad.
He's called Papa Salt for a reason. Let's just leave that there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, negative comments will always be there. Doesn't matter if
Yeah,
it's your videos or your good profile picture.
That's part of the platform, though. It's been like that ever since the day it was concepted, anyway. So, like, I just sort of ignore them to an extent. But obviously, if they're constructive, then fair enough. I'll take them on board as best I can.
Constructive criticism is always better than no criticism. But when the constructive criticism is basically just fuck you, then
yeah. Well, the other thing as well is like obviously there'll be some videos that I don't necessarily like, but I don't comment on videos at all, really. To be honest, I've never been much of a commenter. I've always sort of like, it sounds really cheesy, but I've always said doer, not a viewer. Like, it's a really cheesy sentence, but I've sort of, I don't know. I have a very low attention span. Like, I need to be doing something. I can't just sit there and watch videos unless it's like people that I'm supporting, like, you know, the guys or you yourself or whatever. You know, I'll sit through that. That's fine. But if it's, I don't know, unless I'm sort of just on a bit of a wind down, like sort of ending the day, I won't really watch much videos. I'll just sort of, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I really should, because I feel like it would annoy me if I was on the receiving end of that, if that makes sense. But I have such a low attention span for it that I sort of don't get enjoyment out of it, I guess.
The problems with friends also, if they make a boring video and you just want to watch it just to give it watch time, you just basically then just play a game or do something else.
But that being said, if a friend of mine has made a video that I think could be improved, I'll be like, well, it's a good video, but this is what I would have done, and sort of this is what you could do to improve it, you know. And I think that's the whole point of supporting your friends. You know, you meant to. If you don't think something, like, not in a critiqueful way, I guess, but if you think something could have been done better, or if you sort of think, you know, as a viewer, this is what I thought. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, at the end of the day, you're still an audience. Technically, you're still watching it as a piece of art, I guess.
Yeah.
So there is always going to be something.
He just can.
Well, you just don't say it as threateningly as I think you're implying. But
yeah, sure.
Yeah, you get my point. Yeah.
So okay. So speaking about the freedom, we can go to the Article 13.
Yeah. I don't know a great deal about the whole situation, to be honest. I've sort of kept my nose down, but this is where you come into play.
Well,
fill me in.
Well, for you, it's just what you're in the Brexit in the time. So.
Oh boy, that's a fun subject. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Also, I read a few days ago that United Kingdom wants to monitor the online comments for bullying and so. And if what
I agree with it for bullying. But when it gets to a point where you're limiting
the freedom of speech,
what a country can, or what a whole continent can see or use on the internet, I think that's too far. Do you know what I mean? Like, I read a thing about Article 13 saying, obviously, with Switzerland not being in the EU, can they watch content from the EU once Article 13 kicks in? And they were saying, I think the answer was something along the lines of, you may not be able to watch it, essentially.
Yeah.
And this is from YouTube's Twitter, I think. And they were saying, like, you may not be able to watch content from the rest of the EU because of that reason. It's just like, well, surely that... I get, obviously, that pretty much everybody on YouTube is against it, but, like, why would they want to bring this law in? I don't understand. Like, I get that it's a lot of copyright issues, but
Well,
if you're not, as long as you're not claiming the copyright, surely that's the principle.
well,
right?
firstly, perhaps it's better to disclose what is Article 13. So it's basically, it doesn't say that you can't post some memes or so what, but basically what it will do is just give authors that are approved that the photos and material used are definitely that author, not the other one's author. And if the author says, hey, I want you to take down that, the YouTube should do that, or the internet should do that, just because the author said so. Of course, it would get a negative feedback from all the community, but it basically means the same with the videos as in YouTube. As now, copyright strikes, copyright takedowns, DMCA. It's basically the same, but for photos and any usage. I don't know if it gives the soundtracks. Or no, actually.
I'd assume so, to be honest. I mean, music's already pretty much the most copyright thing in the world anyway.
Yeah. We have the same problem here in Germany. There is GM something that basically, if the video has a copyright music from the GMC community, I think GMC.
Yeah. It's sort of like plagiarism.
Yeah, you can't use it you can't watch it in Germany, so it's basically something you should. Sometimes I couldn't even watch Felix PewDiePie's videos just because I was in Germany, and that was like, what the fuck? Okay, turn on VPN and then watch it. It's basically shit, you know.
It is. I feel like I can see the point in a way, but a lot of people do this as a job, and this is going to affect their income, their livelihood. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can see why. I can see it from both sides, but more I can see it from people against it, purely based on the fact that why change something that's not broken?
Yeah, of course. And also the YouTube themselves said about this Article 13 is that if the law passes, they don't know how to implement it, because a lot of videos should be taken down. And this is just not possible to apply the filter just for every photos. The filters aren't that smart now.
We've got, what, 12 years worth of YouTube videos, and that's billions of hours. How are they going to go through that and monitor it? Like, obviously you can get plagiarism, and I think a lot of it is down to sort of, they're trying to prevent people reposting videos, aren't they? I think, to an extent.
No. The videos are, like now, are preventing if the author gets notified or something, if YouTube algorithm finds the video that is really ähnlich, similar to the video that's posted by original author, they will inform them, and they can just say that a copyright strike that shit. And basically that's it. As for this Article 13, and as Alfred.com says, sibling Article 11 is just the meme ban, censorship.
Yeah, like I said, it just seems like they're trying to fix something that's not broken. And I mean, even then, if and when Brexit kicks in, that's just going to mess things up even more. So God knows how that's going to pan out. But time will tell.
Yeah,
time will tell.
Actually, as of this video now, it's Saturday. And in a few days, I think a week or so, there will be another conference where it will be full decided, and there's a petition going online.
I saw it had about 200,000 signatures, didn't it? Something like that.
Something like that. It was featured in Felix's recent videos.
Yeah.
Somewhere. So whoever's listening, if someone is listening this.
Well, the thing when YouTube's biggest, like, I suppose what user, I guess, or creator, I guess, is doing that and trying to get people on board with it, it must be pretty bad. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, 2 or 3 of the Felix videos serious or just basically him watching memes? If they take this away, what will he do again? Of course, the same thing can go with games. Games can be also. Some games are using the content from the authors that are not authorized to. Like indie gamers, they don't send out things just to ask to do them. And if it passes, mainly the games can also be touched by this article.
Jake, have you got much of an opinion on this, considering you're the other side of the planet?
Well, seeing as it doesn't really affect me like directly, like I don't really know what's going on. So I don't really have an opinion.
Kinda indirectly will touch you. No.
Well, I mean, a lot of EU videos probably might get blocked because of that, though, can't they?
For him, no, but if he does a content where some photos are copyrighted or disclaimed for someone else, and he just loses the European audience, that's basically it.
Well, that's like, bear in mind with our group. I mean, obviously, it's not going to affect us as much as it is, you know, PewDiePies and people like that. With our audience, it is sort of across the board. Do you know what I mean? Like where we've got what at the moment, 2 Australians, which obviously brings in some of that audience, and then like 3 British people as well. So that's pretty much a combination of Europe and Australia. So that is going to, in the long run, probably. I mean, like I said, it's difficult to tell for people like us who are, you know, pond scum in the scale of things. You know what I mean? But I think in the long run,
as for Britishmen, I am not also completely sure that it won't really touch you. They say it shouldn't, but I mean, your British Parliament, they are still debating with the European Parliament for the everything.
Our Parliament's basically just like a zoo.
Aren't all parliaments like that?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's an interesting time for the internet.
Well, what?
And we've had Ugandan Knuckles in the last year. I mean, the internet is a pretty wild place, to be fair.
Ugandan Knuckles came back this month.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
He found that way.
Yeah, he did find the way.
I mean, wasn't it
a new
also
way to come back?
Wasn't also last year that the internet, what kind of thing happened in America?
Yeah, there was something to do with
free internet.
I know the one you're talking about. Yeah. They wanted to basically charge you to use certain websites. I think like a subscription-based sort of thing, and it's just like
basically just
again, why fix something that's not broken? Like the whole point of the internet being made is so that people could use it as an information tool and as a creative tool. And you're taking away that from people that, you know, at this point we rely on the internet. Do you know what I mean? Like it's become such a. I don't think they intended it to be as big as it has been, but we rely on the internet now. Like, I mean, you want to go and cook a crab, right? What are you going to do? Go to the library and get a book on cooking crab? It's just not realistic these days.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they wanted to fix what is not broken, rather than reinvent the wheel for the corporations, because corporations would get all the money for that.
Money. Yeah, that's what it comes down to, money. Yeah, can't reinvent a wheel.
Well,
what are you going to do? Make it a square? That doesn't work.
Well, that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, that's true. A hexagonal wheel.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough for my monotone voice.
Well, that's really silly. There's also talking about Article 11.
Okay, this is new to me.
Well, the sibling of Article 13, basically just imagine Article 13 is Batman and Article 11 is Robin.
Okay. Did they skip 12?
It's
someone at the EU don't know the maths.
Interesting, so I will read from the news.
Please do.
Another troubling section is Article 11, known as the link tax, which would require publishers and aggregate sites to pay a tax to sites to whom they link.
Okay.
This would mean Google would need to pay to list news stories and other websites on its search engine.
I think I get. No, I'm confused.
I mean, okay, imagine this. If you want, basically, if you want let's say you're a journalist and you want to publish your news story to get on the top of Google list, in the Google search engine. So basically, what I understand from this, and correct me if I'm wrong, Google needs to pay you to get your news stories on top. In their search engine, that is.
Okay.
And you just pay if you want to get it on top.
So who's paying who? Google are paying me, or am I paying Google?
Google should pay you, but you have to pay Google if you want your news story to be seen.
Right,
So
okay. So they pay you to have it on there, and then you pay them to basically promote it.
So basically, it won't be like this because, I mean, Google is a smart company. They won't pay for
I was going to say,
something.
I have a solution that involves no one paying each other at all.
Exactly, and that's like...
we keep it as it was. Problem solved. No money needs to be transacted. That's not a word, but we'll go with it.
I mean...
everyone's a winner.
I mean, I have no idea, like, how did they come up with this?
Some boffin at the EU probably thought we can make money out of this, and bing bang bong, there you go, there's your answer.
No,
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Precisely.
they wanted the...
There was probably some maths involved at some... the thing is, right, I think a lot of these decisions are made by the older generation who don't really understand the internet as much as
exactly,
people like us do. Not having a dig at old people, because obviously, they're great people. They've done well. But I just don't think they understand how things like this should work.
You reminded me
Personally.
of one funny article I read, like this. South Korean internet security. How's the person that's on top called? The chief of internet security.
Yeah.
He's somewhere 60-old man. And recently he admitted that he has no idea how internet works.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, you just get one CEO that all they know is how to operate money, which is fair play because, if you're getting to the position where you've got millions upon millions of euros or pounds or whatever, fair play, you must have worked hard for it. But then don't try sticking your nose in somewhere that you don't either understand or you don't really have any need being there.
Yeah, I mean...
Do you know what I mean? Like, people like us...
both.
Yeah, well, exactly. We've been raised with the internet. Not saying that the internet is ours, do you know what I mean? Like, obviously it's... That's sort of the wrong approach, but...
If anything, we have like an automatic understanding of the internet.
Yeah, because we're people.
Yeah.
Of course we know internet.
Mm.
It's where we spend most of our time. It's where we meet other people. If not the internet, I wouldn't have met Nick, and I think Nick wouldn't have met you, Jake, unless...
Well, no, exactly. Yeah. All the people I play with, I wouldn't met any. You know what I mean? And it's like, I consider a lot of these people to be best friends at this point, and it's just like...
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, just a bit of a praise for the internet, really. So, well done, internet.
Yeah.
Good job. British invention. Just putting it out there. And then...
I mean...
Yeah, but it's... When you start messing with it, that's when it gets complicated. Like,
the problem is when old people try to speak for young people and try to think what's best for young people when young people know better. It's basically the same like the United States have problems with what was it, Republicans, I think, when I think also Democrats when judging that women shouldn't get that or that, and mainly out of men who decide what women should do or not. It's basically, should imagine if there was a party that consists only of women and said, hey, man shouldn't do that and that. It would be an outrage. I mean, there's outrage also now, but what can they do? The Republicans, the whole parliament of the United States is like, fuck you. Of course, we can't speak a lot about America since neither of us are Americans.
well, yeah.
sticking back
None here.
sticking back to Europe and not United States, United Kingdom. Yeah, so Article 13 will really just make shit go down.
Yeah,
And
I think you've pretty much summed it up in that sentence.
so anyone who's watching, I will try to find the link for the petition and sign it. Since European Parliament is just basically cucks, they have to check the signatures if we pass some kind of mark, and they should check on also on the community. Well, basically what's good from European Parliament is they're basically cucks, not like America.
To be fair, I feel like we had this sort of panic with like back to the Article 13 thing. I feel like we had this panic with that. Was it the NTC bill or something like that that America was trying to pull in a couple of years ago, like the one you were talking about earlier?
With the one that Agit pay?
Yeah, obviously
that's the one. Yeah,
it didn't get passed, but there was a lot of sort of
the
criticism of it, and I think for that reason they sort of stood back from it. And I feel like it's probably going to, well, with any luck, it'll be the same reaction, because I think they probably clocked onto how little people actually want Article 13 to happen. It's just whether or not they're going to listen. That's the question, really, at this point, I suppose. But
well,
time will tell. Time will tell.
Yeah, we can only hope for the best and that they do get smart about it.
Yeah, one would think.
Well, if it does, it will really change the internet. And
yeah, it's been nice knowing you, buddy.
now, I mean, everyone can still talk with each other, and
yeah, that's true.
There are filters that will make that will render the internet filters immobile when applying like distortion to pictures, and everyone that memes, well, they know how to go around and they know what memes are memes. Like for example, the loss meme, if you remember, simple sticks, and you already know what is it.
Yeah. I feel like because the EU just really don't like memes, do they? That's all.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a thing against memes they've got. I don't know.
And one more thing about this Article 13 is it really interests me how it will go with fair use.
Well,
I mean,
it's the other thing, isn't it?
if you take a photo, for example, the original loss meme, why I'm bringing up the dead memes, but and you just paint something over it, basically it's fair use. You add something from yourself, so it can be copyrighted.
But I mean, could that be like, for example, say you were putting a meme in a video, right? So if you added, like, if you just changed the contrast or whatever ever so slightly, have you technically then rendered that?
Basically, you just change the meme a bit. You put in your work. It's not like exactly.
So then would that then be considered fine? Because I'll just do that.
I guess so. I mean, I'm not a political expert, and I have really no much idea about this as much as you. Of course, I eat a lot being here.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Anyways,
like I say, it just does seem like, I don't know, it's just doing it for the sake of it. But I don't know. Like the thing, I thought, as far as I was aware, if you're with the copyright thing as it stands, I mean, I've not looked that much into it because where I'm not monetized on YouTube, it doesn't really matter to me at the moment. But obviously, that could, a year down the line, that could change.
It's not about the monetization.
That
can also.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is,
that can
also
also
a lot
mean
of the time,
that they can copyright strike your channel.
Yeah, precisely. And I think there was something like, as long as 10% of your video or more, or something like that, is other people's content, that's when they can crack down on it. I think. I did read something about it.
Like for some people, they just included few seconds clip and they got copyright striked, or for a few seconds of music, they got taken all the revenue. Like for example, not many people perhaps know here, but a few years back, I made a lot of Minecraft content, and because of that, I still have 80 subs, I think.
Yeah.
And I made some videos, of course, montages. I had just a short clips. Of course, I didn't monetize my channel, I didn't need it. And a few years later, around last year, I checked and I got not copyright strike, but noticed that few companies took the revenue from the video just because I used short clips that last a few seconds.
But this is what I mean, when you magnify that, there's people that are doing this as a job. If they use one bit of meme or something like that, like PewDiePie for example, meme review, right? Yeah. This is very much his job. Like, if on that and then go, right, we're taking anything that you earn from that. Like, that's essentially a week's wages gone in the long run, I think. You know, it's... I mean, I might not be sort of understanding it fully, to be fair, so don't quote me or anything like that, but it just seems... I get it, but at the same time, it is harsh. But, yeah, it is what it is.
Jake, what about you?
I have no idea what's going on.
Where are you from? Australia or New Zealand?
Australia, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Australia.
He has bigger, more important things to care about, like dingoes not eating him, or...
Babies, yeah.
Yeah, survivability.
Jokes aside, how is Australia? Just going out of the team here. Never been to Australia. How is Australia? Is it really how everyone memes around it? That everyone wants to kill you?
Well, everyone sort of portrays Australia as like this big outback landscape, and for the majority of the country it is. But everybody lives on the coastal region with all the beaches and, you know, the Greenlands and stuff. Like, not many people live in the center of Australia, which is essentially the outback. And that's what people see, you know, in the media, like in America and Europe and all that. All they see is like the red dirt, the outback, the dingoes, all that shit. But it's not essentially that. Like, not everything's trying to kill you, you know. Even though there are plenty of animals and stuff that very well can, but you have to go looking for them to really find them. You don't just stumble across them, really.
Sad, you just
watch a bit of the Discovery Channel. You'll be queued up. It's fine.
Pretty much, yeah.
Sad, you crushed my dreams to go to Australia.
Why do you want to die?
No. Okay. So.
No, it's still a very good, like, holiday location.
Yeah, I mean, I think wasn't the YouTube channel Primitive Technology from Australia? Do you know?
Aborigine stuff.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, he really showed.
No, I think they were like they were Indonesian or something. I think.
Because it really interested me just how the Australia's forests are.
Well, yeah, I mean, depending on which state you go to, really.
Australia have states?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you live and learn. What next? You'll see that Great Britain also have states.
States, we've got counties, which is a similar sort of principle, I guess.
Yeah, well, counties are...
Well, to be fair, like, the whole of England isn't, like, the size of a state here, so...
Yeah, well...
Yeah, that's true.
Most of the countries have counties, so that's normal. But, like...
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty... There's not... I don't know, I feel like in a lot of other countries you get, like, distinctive difference between certain places, but, like, here it sort of all looks similar. It's not really a massive difference in terms of how it looks and that.
For Britain,
Well, because I've lived essentially like both sides of Australia, like the east side and the west side. Like the eastern side is more like of the bushlands and all that type of stuff, whereas the west is, you know, your sunny beaches and stuff. I mean, same with like the north end of Australia as well. That's all sort of sunny and beachland and all that sort of stuff. But
in Australian sunny beaches, they get a sunny D.
Sorry?
The drink.
I like Sunny Day. I'm a fan. Yeah.
I think
Oh, no.
I never seen it in Germany nor other Eastern countries. It's basically just orange juice or like Capri Sun or.
Yeah, it used to be so much better before they took all the sugar out, though.
Yeah, well, sugar is bad. Okay.
Maybe you're just addicted to sugar, Nick.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I hadn't thought about that. I'm gonna have a Diet Coke with added sugar.
He's addicted to sugar, like one of the like crack cocaine, and basically another article was that sugar is more addictive than crack cocaine. Actually,
Is it? I've not done it, so
well, neither did I.
What, sugar?
excuse my naivety on this one.
Just rams a line of sugar, like...
Give
Yeah,
me the good stuff.
but for example, I stopped using sugar.
Cocaine. Oh.
Well, cocaine.
Stop
not
using
yet,
sugar.
but
Jesus.
oh, wait, I can't say that on the video. Fuck. No, I like stopped using sugar. Like I don't put sugar anymore in coffees. I try to avoid the sugary drinks. You know, I'd rather just buy.
Well, I've tried cutting it out as well. It's a bit of a nightmare, but
And the life just goes
Like-
I don't know, a bit better. You feel a bit healthier, but
I mean, you need a balanced amount of it, but you can easily get addicted to it
yeah.
Mm.
so easily. Like, and it is just one of them things, isn't it? You got to be careful of how much of it you can actually eat.
Yeah, well, addiction is a strange thing. Some people eat a bit and they get addicted. Some people eat a lot and they just say, ah, fuck it. And from that day onwards, they don't eat it anymore and it's nothing for them. I have also this thing. Sometimes I smoke, sometimes I'm not. One day I just said, ah, fuck it, I won't smoke. Before that, I smoked every day. I stopped smoking and I didn't even feel anything bad like others have.
See, I'm like that. I do that socially, but I can't when I'm not out. I can't do it. I hate it.
Smoking?
It's weird.
Or...
Yeah.
Oh, smoking is
Yeah.
also...
When I'm drinking, honestly, it's yeah. But as soon as I've not got anything in me, I can't touch it.
What about you?
Weird. Like, it's really weird.
Jake, do you smoke?
Nope.
Do you drink?
Occasionally, but I'm trying to actually, funnily enough, I'm sort of cutting back on, just drinking, just bad eating habits, just everything in general.
How old are you?
Yeah, I'm with you on the eating habits.
Jake, how old are you?
I'm 19.
Oh, younger than me. That's strange.
I've known him a whole year.
Well,
Oh, nearly 2.
Nearly 2.
only 2?
Mental.
Oh.
Well, 1.5, I think we're on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Really.
But
Age after 18 really doesn't matter anymore.
No, you say that though. I remember waking up on my 22nd birthday and thinking, this is it for the rest of my life. It's the first birthday I've ever had where I've sort of just been a bit like, I'm old.
Well, maybe
I'm
it's
getting on a
just
bit.
me because after my 15th birthday, my birthdays were just a casual day when me and my friends just probably go bowling and get a drink illegally. But
What?
I mean, I grew up in Lithuania. Have you both ever been to Lithuania?
No, but I know some
Never
people
been.
on there, and I know that you're pretty much using vodka for like breakfast cereal and everything.
No,
so.
no, that's Russia. We just pour down vodka
Oh,
in
sorry.
the parties. Yeah, well, that's topic for another day because we're 40 minutes in and we haven't discussed the second topic.
Damn.
Go on then. We've got 20 minutes, I suppose. That's a good
Please.
time.
Yeah. So another topic is the real life loot boxes, the mystery box, as it is named itself, and it's basically, if you ever played CS:GO or other
I know someone that knows a lot about this.
the other games where you get loot boxes and just it's like a casino. So basically, it's just it. You just pay. I have it open. Pay around $13 for a box, or $8. Well, it depends on what you want and what you can get from them. You open and you can get some stuff, cheap stuff that is underpriced. For example, a simple clock you can buy from shop for 1 to 2 euros or £2 to get it more specifically, while you just pay for a box 8 euros. Well, you overpay, I mean. Or you can get something like bulletproof, shockproof cases for your iPhone or your phone that costs around 20 to 30 euros, which are good, and you underpay if you pay only 8 euros. So it's basically gambling, but it's not the problem with this loot box, rather than how it approaches everyone. I mean, understandable if they were to advertise themselves for the channels that mainly get a adult audience, but when they reach out to people like Logan Paul, Rice Gum, I almost said Rice Gum, other people that just have a lot of subscribers and they know they have young audiences, give them shit ton of money just to advertise them. I mean, kids are kids. When they see some beloved YouTuber advertise them, they think, oh, it's pretty cool, and they got a lot of stuff. Like, for example, I don't watch Logan Paul, it's cringy for me, but from the PewDiePie Pew News, I seen that he got like expensive Gucci handbag, or was it Rising? I don't know. Doesn't matter. And kids think, hey, it's really easy to win. What they do, they take out their parents' credit cards and just pay.
Well, look at Fortnite, for example. How many cases of that do we have with V-Bucks?
Yeah, and then
different concepts, obviously, but still, like, how easy is it to get your parents' bank account details?
The mentality is the same.
It's certainly addiction. It's signs of addiction, essentially.
But Fortnite knows about this, and I think they implemented some methods to counter it.
Well, the thing is, surely that's down to the parenting, though. It's not down to.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't agree.
Both.
I don't know if I agree or not with microtransactions. In Fortnite's case, the game is free, as far as I'm concerned. So if you want to pay extra and get some extra bits, that's fair enough. But
well,
it's just it's a bit of a touchy subject, isn't it? Because there's always someone in the wrong, regardless of.
Well, the microtransactions, since a few years back, there was also a outburst when parents found out that their kids bought some stuff in Minecraft from the servers for $100, $200, just to be better than someone. Not like ranks that get benefits and so on, like you have.
But that being said, I think that could also be down to teaching the kids the value of money. Obviously, the
kids.
Yeah, well, they just the kids just money grows on trees, you know. It's always there.
Nowadays,
so of course
you can't really teach kids. You just say them, hey, don't use our money. Money, it's real hard to earn. Will kids understand? No, of course not. Yeah, and
there needs to be preventative measures so that they can't just, even just steal their parents' credit card without them knowing.
Yeah, now it's really hard to say that, hey, you stole money from my credit card, that's it, I'm taking your phone, your computer, and that's a violation for children, for the new, children protection or something. It's violation for children. Back when I was younger, when I was 10, 11, one time I stole money from my mother. Later that night, I got beat up with a belt. And that reminded me never steal from my parents.
Yeah.
You can't really do that.
Yeah, that's what I say when, we're 20 years old now or whatever, around that age group.
Yeah.
And then when obviously we were younger, just the parenting mentality was so different.
Yeah,
Like,
It was
kids
way
were
better.
scared to almost go against their parents, whereas now, children are pretty much cultured to going against their parents.
Yeah, I mean,
I think modern kids these days don't realise how lucky they've got it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
well, some of them
that's
know,
again,
but
that's
they
another
get
debate for another
spoiled
time.
that. That's the problem.
I think like if at 9 years old I had a PS4 or a computer at my disposal, I suppose, like I wouldn't realise that. Like I'd never come off of it. Like I was quite entertained with like a colouring in book at that age.
Nintendo
And Lego.
64.
You know what I mean? Like,
True.
well, it would have been. Come on, I'm not that old. It would be in a DS.
Oh.
But even then, like,
I feel we're really old when speaking about how back in my age and such. But yeah,
growing up.
that's really a problem with kids nowadays. Just they know they can do shit because no one can say shit back to them. If they do, they just can tell shit about them and
exactly.
get fines on them, arrested and such shit, or get taken away from the parents, go to holidays in the child house, foster home, and expect shit. But little do those kids know when they go to foster home, they just get beaten up by elders. I mean, I'm talking from
my childhood wasn't that abusive, to be honest, but I knew right from wrong.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. And I wouldn't step out of line.
It was beaten into you.
Yeah.
Well, there's a line between beating up a child and teaching him.
Discipline, I think.
Discipline.
Yeah, discipline.
I mean, when you just hit him for no reason, then yes, that's child abuse. But when it steals from you, you say don't steal, he steals again. I mean, then yeah, take a stick and hit him on the ass and just to say, next time I'll aim higher or lower.
Next time I will kill you.
I mean, because now children, how they do, for example.
Well, yeah, you can't hit your kids these days because that's child abuse. And then the second you try and get them to stop doing something, they'll just carry on doing it. It's just like, well, which one is it?
That's not really the problem. For example, yesterday in my country there was teenagers, underage teenagers, beat up another teenager. And there was around, in the video was 10 to 12 teenagers beating up one girl, kicking her in the face, in the stomach while she was laying down.
Jesus.
It's just like, what sort of upbringing have you got to have to see that as a way of settling
and the
something?
thing is, most what they can get, it's not jail time, only find their parents. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
So your child does something you can't even teach him about, and you just get fined for that. It basically doesn't.
Well, I think a lot of the time that's one down to influence growing up, but two, if you've got in with a bad bunch of people, they're going to influence you to do bad stuff.
Yeah.
Like you'll probably find, a few of them kids are probably really nice, but they've just got in with the wrong crowd, and their parents have probably not brought them up that way. Do you know what I mean? But their friend says it's cool, so that's what.
Yeah. Well, it's now down to speculations how really the situation evolved and such. I mean, I don't know them. I can't really speak for them. But anyways, people, children around the world really have these problems. They just think they're gods, and continuing my point, when they do grow older and they still think they are gods, after they're 18, the normal laws apply to them.
That's when the reality kicks in.
And they just fuck up one person and they think, it's okay, my parents will do some shit. Hey, aren't you 18? Oh fuck, gets thrown in jail.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like,
well, if they don't get brought up right, that's that's the consequence.
Yeah, but the jails also is like, once you're in jail, your life basically is fucked up, man.
I don't know, free food and drink,
Yeah,
TV.
but for example,
Get a workout, go gym.
yeah, but after 3 months you get thrown out from the jail. Well, released.
Well, back to reality. Yeah.
And what then? You have
A lot of people can't adjust though, can they? It's like the army. A lot of people can't adjust to it, and then they'll just. Well, with the army, obviously, it's worse. But like with prison, you get people like they'll offend again just so they can go back in, just because it's.
Just because when they get thrown out,
also,
released from the prison, they have a spot on their name, and they can't really go to any of job places and say, "Hey, hire me." No, we can't. You have something on your name from the police records. We don't want.
Well, a lot of it's mentally as well. Like if you've become so used to adapting to a hostile environment like a prison, you're not going to adapt to the outside world very well.
No,
it's like the army. Like you're trained to deal with situations like that. You know, violence, and you get a lot of these soldiers that come. But like PTSD is basically a prime case of this. But obviously, you get a lot of soldiers that then can't adapt to it, and that's when they start to either go homeless or they'll kill themselves, or stuff like that. And it's just like because they're indoctrinated to. It's down to the training, and it's put in their head that that's how you deal with situations. Where in the normal world, it's not. But again, that's a much bigger conversation for another time.
Yeah, we have 5 more minutes actually. I didn't think it will be longer than 1 hour, but I mean,
generally, yeah, I think hours a safe number.
I mean, it's the most time when you
safe.
can just watch another video after 1 hour, because then concentration is like, what are these people are talking about? It's like, but it's really interesting how it evolved from.
I just about managed to live with myself for an hour, let alone
to speak
no,
out loud for an hour.
Yeah, that's pretty much my life.
It was interesting how it evolved from the topic like real life loot boxes, and it just basically evolved to how children
upbringing and mentalities, and yeah.
Well, that's how conversation flows, though. Do you know what I mean? It's just going from one point to the other. It's not a bad thing. That's just how conversation works. It's better than just going, I think it's bad.
Next topic.
Yeah, done.
What gets the topic flowing? I mean, then it's good. Whatever floats, it's gold.
My mixtapes. Lots of drugs.
Yeah, but for in real life loot boxes, if anyone wants to get a good loot boxes for the price, there was few years back what Pewds got sponsored by them, the Loot Crate. My friend once got it and said it really is awesome, like custom things, really nice things for gaming and such. So on the lootcrate.com, I'm not sponsored by it. I have to disclose in the video for some reason. I just like it. The Dutch follow the Loot Crate, so just telling. So yeah, so basically we can end the podcast here, or
yeah.
Or,
I think
that's fine.
Perhaps Jake
put
I really didn't have
head.
too much input, but
I mean,
so what time? It's like 4 in the morning for you, isn't it?
yeah, a little over 3 o'clock. Yeah.
Jesus.
well, the true dedication of the soldier for Jake. Thanks, John. Thanks, Jake, for joining us today, and also thank you, Nick, for joining today.
Oh, that's all right.
It was really awesome to speak with you again, Jake. I'm still interested to interviewing you.
Yeah, you can do that anytime then, basically.
Yeah, well, I kind of have exams over next week. I have to prepare, but I mean, I can always write you on Discord. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There'll be a time, I'm sure.
There is always a time. So yeah, I mean, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this. I myself enjoyed it. How about you guys?
Yeah, man, been fun. I like talking. To be fair, I just like rambling. I usually say the wrong things, but whatever, and it's fun.
Yeah, well, when I watched your video, 500 special, and you said, I really love talking, I thought, I will invite him to podcast.
I would like to do more podcasts. Like, we sort of tried them a year ago on my channel, and they didn't really work that much, but I'd like to try again. But
well, it's not that they didn't work, it's just we sort of fell off doing them because we had nothing to talk about, really.
Yeah.
I think if we did it again now, we'd be better at it, personally.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I will do one every month, so this one is for January. On February, there will be another one. So, of course, keep around in this...
Yeah, if you're ever struggling for people, just let me know.
In Discord channel, I mean, I will just post, hey, I'm doing a podcast, that and that, around that week. Probably anyone want to join. I mean, perhaps in that time my Discord channel will grow a bit, some more people will get on, perhaps even some girls.
Fair enough. That sounds dashing to me, regardless.
That sounds less sausagey.
Never too much sausage.
Yeah, exactly. So, at this point, we just hit 1 hour mark, and I think let's not beat the dead horse and just say our goodbyes. So, thank you guys once again for listening. This was Mandaguses, and you can tell your names.
You can call me whatever you want.
By Daddy and Parasail.
Yeah,
their
Daddy.
YouTubes will be in the description if they give me. Well, of course, Wada, of course. As for Salt, I think I subscribe to him, I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, again, thanks for listening. This was awesome, and until next month, and of course, leave your feedback or any remarks for the content we just gave you. Goodbye.
Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, bye.